Hi everyone. Someone of you asked me to create a tutorial on DeepFaceLab on Google Colab. So let's go. I'll do it. Firstly, I want to say that to create a deepfake on Google Colab is basically how to create a deepfake in local in our computer. But there are some difference that I will say to you, of course. The first thing which I need to explain is what we need to upload on Google Colab, or better, on Google Drive. So this is our DeepFace Lab in local, okay, in our computer. So we need to go inside the workspace folder and have our data destination data source video. We need to perform extract images from video data source and extract images from video data destination full FPS. Really suggest to do all this procedure in our computer because usually it is faster than Google Colab because Colab give to us really slow CPU compared to what we usually have in our computer. We usually, of course, depends on your case, but in general, it's like this. And after this, we can choose to perform data source facet extract and data destination facet extract plus manual fix, or here or on Google Colab. This depends on the power of your GPU. Of course, to perform this dataset extraction is not needed a good GPU, so I think that it's better to do it directly on your computer. When this procedure is finished, we will have data destination folder full of frames and the data source folder full of frames too. But the frames inside data source folder are not necessary. So here we can delete all of them because we don't need them anymore. We need just what is inside a likened folder here. While for data destination folder, on Google Colab, we don't need these frames inside here because for training process these frames are useless. These frames are needed just to create the final result of deepfake. So we need just to keep this frame on your computer and don't upload them on Workspace because it will save a lot of space and time, of course, because upload on Google Drive will be faster. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to create a workspace folder, and inside this workspace we need just data destination, and inside a likened, and data source, and inside a likened. And of course, if we already have a model, we need also to put inside a model folder with the model file inside. Or if it's the first time that you start the train, you can also don't upload model folder. So when you have your model workspace, for example, create like this, create a folder workspace, and inside we put this. So inside we have just this, and eventually also model, but I said that it's not mandatory if it's the first time. We just go here and we press add with archive and zip, and with zip, of course. Now we will update this workspace.zip on our Google Drive. Okay, I will delete because of course it's useless. Okay. Another thing we can do is do you remember we put this two folder inside here, and this two folder will have this folder inside, which is called alignment. Okay, and inside alignment, there will be a lot of images with the faces of our people. Okay, so what we I suggest to you to do first, with the new version of DeepFaceLab, we have this bot called okay, not this, called data destination faced resize and data source resize. Basically, here, okay, basically it will ask to us to which resolution we want to resize our aligned image. Look, we can put a resolution between this and this. Okay, it depends on the resolution of our model. For example, when we extract images from aligned images using the BAT, we can choose from 512 to 2048. Okay, but inside the trainer program, it will resize the aligned images to the resolution of our model. So if our model is 320, DeepFaceLab will check the resolution of our aligned images when it is creating the batch, and it will resize the images. So for example, we put batch 8. Okay, it prepare our batch. Take it takes 8 images, and for each images check what is the resolution of these images. This resolution is different from our model resolution. Yes, okay, I will resize. While if you perform these two bots here, it will check and it will say that the resolution is the same, so it won't apply a resizing during the training. And this is very, very, very important for Colab, which doesn't give to us a good CPU. And it will save a lot of time because iteration time will be faster. So we need to perform this resize, and after I suggest to you to use data source util facet pack for both data source and destination. So now after this pack inside data source, we will have facet point pack and not a lot of images. Okay, now it's time to go. It's time to go to our Google Collaboratory, also called Colab. So we need to go to this Cervoni repository and click here. I have Google Colab Pro, but of course you can use it also with free account. So we need to click here, which means connect. Okay, now we are connected to our machine. Basically, Colab allows to us to create Python code and interact with operating system, which is Linux. So, if first things we need to do is check what GPU they give to us, and as you can see, the command is NVIDIA SMI, which is the command on Linux to check the stats of our GPU. Okay, they gave to us P100. Now we need to install DeepFaceLab. As you can see, we have two options. Firstly, we can install or update And we can also check this box, which is download FFHQ dataset. I suggest, of course, to check this box just if you are using this session of Colab to create a pre-trained model. Otherwise, it's useless because FFHQ dataset is much more heavier sizing talking compared to the other dataset. Local version of DeepFaceLab already has FFHQ dataset inside internal pre-trained Celeb A. Now I don't have because I removed for my use. Okay, but normally just for training we don't have to use this box. So let's click play button. Okay, installation is finished, so we can delete our output. And here there is one of the most important cell, or better, manage workspace. We can extend and we can see import from drive, export from drive, import from UL, export to UL, and delete and recreate, which has all these option, which is easy to understand. Of course, if we use Google Drive, we need to use import from drive or export to drive. Here we need to choose our mode, or better, if we want to import all the workspace or just this folder. I use always the first one, so workspace. And here we need to choose the name of the workspace zip which we uploaded on Google Drive. In my case, the zip is called workspace underscore cache. So, and now we will put play. Okay, as you can see, Google Drive APA asked us to go on this link and choose our authorization code. So we will click, we will go on my account and allow. Okay, now we need to one click on the code, click with right mouse button and copy. And here we need to press Ctrl plus V and after enter. Okay, now because basically if you see the code, okay, it perform a copy command, and the path of the copy command is from content drive my drive and the name of our zip file to path, and the path change in based on this mode we choose here. But this path here is on our Google Drive. So when we perform this copy, basically we download from Google Drive. So for this reason, we need to wait so much time because when it copy, it firstly download our zip file and after it will also unzip this file. So we need to wait the download and the extraction of our file. After the archive, we will delete it. In fact, as you can see, if I click on this folder here, you can see that our workspace is downloading, is creating. Okay, as you can see, the process is done. And inside our workspace folder, we have model and our file. And as you can see, I have facet pack. Don't just images. Okay, all is ready. Another thing which I want to show to you is how to import our workspace directly from our computer. To do this, we have two methods. The first one is using this software called HFS, which basically allow us to create a virtual file system where we put our files inside and we can access to this file directly from link. The second way is to use directly Python. So you need Python installed on your computer. After installation of Python, we just need to click here, write cmd, and we need to write Python score and HTTP point server. Okay, now there will be a server hosted inside this folder. In fact, if you write this link, okay, you can see that we have the list of files inside our directory. Okay, but the problem is that, of course, as you can see here, I wrote my local host IP. So basically, just me can access to this site. So we need to search on internet, writing what's my IP, our IP, which is this. So I will copy it and I will write HTTP double point double slash my IP double points 8000 and enter. Look, the result is the same, but this link can be accessed from the extern. So basically, I will copy this and we can put it inside import from URL here. And after this slash, we need to put the name of our workspace. So for example, I want to download this workspace. So I copy the name and I put it here. And we will press play and it will download. The speed of this download depends on where you are located. For example, I live in Italy and the server of Google Colab is pretty far away from me, so the download speed it will be around 2 megabytes per second, and of course it will be slow, but at least you don't have to use Google Drive. Same thing will be with export to UL. So now I can close my server with Control plus C. Okay, now that we've finished, we can close this cell, and here there is another cell which is called extract sorting facet tools, and inside here we have extract frames, which is the function to extract frames from video, the noise frame, of course the name is already said everything about this function, and I suggest you to perform it with data destination. Detect phases, of course, you know what is, and here we can choose between wall phase or full phase. But I already suggest you to do it on in local. So okay, this is these are the sort function. This is the phase and answer. Uh, this is the new function of resize, which I said already to you, and this is the pack unpack, which I suggested to add this function to the creator of this Google Colab. And this is the apply or remove exact mask to the faces. Basically, when we train exact faces here in the train cell, we need to select exact here and push this button here. And it will be basically like this bat file exec train. But what we do usually when we finish our exec train, we do data source apply and data destination apply, and these two commands are located here. So we just choose if it's an apply or a remove, and if it is data source or data destination. After we will choose SAEHD and we will start our training. Keep attention to the fact that to apply mask, we can't apply mask when we have files in pack format. So we need first to unpack here, apply mask, and after pack again. Okay. Now finally we can start with our training, and we can choose to backup every hour. So when I click on backup every hour, it basically starts to create an archive files, a zip file here. In fact, if I refresh, you can see that and there is a temporary file for now, and every hour it will upload, it will zip firstly our workspace, and it will upload, overwriting the last files that is on Google Drive with the updated models. But the very cool thing is that it upload the same file. So if we go on our G Drive and we click on show version, we can see that we can find all the updates of our zip file. It's very, very useful. Uh, but in my case, for example, I have a pro version of Google Colab. So I suggest you, for example, if you enable it before the night, to start the training without click backup every hour checkbox. In this way, it won't create anymore this zip, and it will start to train directly. If we have a silent start enable, it will automatically choose GPU and model, and it will start. Without this checkbox enable, we need to choose GPU and the right model. Okay. I also created an improved version of the cell, which is this. Okay, as you can see, we have more settings. So model is the same, but here we can choose the name of this archive, and you can say why you did it. I can answer you easily because basically, if you have more deepfake in the same moments working in different Google Collaboratory, uh, the normal cell code will upload the backup on a file called workspace.zip. And of course, as you can imagine, if you have two different session of collab of for two different deepfake on collab, the update will be mixed because it update with the same name, which is workspace.zip. Instead, here you can choose the name of the backup achieved. So of course I will put workspace underscore cache. In this way, it will update with this name of the zip, and you can manage multiple work together. Um, After I had this function, backup every specified time and the backup time. So basically, if you leave this checkbox empty, it won't backup. Basically, like before. But if you click it, you can choose the time for backup. For example, I don't want that it backup every hour. I want that it backup every 2 hour. So it's much more useful. Uh, After training section, there is merge section. and of course it's easy to understand. I don't need to explain. But as I said, I don't suggest you to merge on Google Colab. Okay, I think that this tutorial is finished, and of course, as always, you can ask whatever you want in the comment section below. So, see you to the next tutorial or next video about deepfake in general.